Hey guys, Billy coming at you here with another vinyl update. This update will be my second part of thrift store finds. I showed you in my earlier video some thrift store finds that I had with 80s rock. This one here is a little bit more older stuff, 70s stuff, and some rock, some different country stuff that I didn't have, some obscure country that's kind of weird stuff as well. But like I said, this was all thrift store stuff that I found that I thought was kind of cool, or I'd never seen or didn't have already. Start off with this Elvis record. It's a Canadian tribute. I had never seen this record before. It's a live record from it says 1957. So, but it was released in 1978. So, basically, looks like 1957. The time he toured Canada, 3 different dates. They recorded a handful of tracks, and the vinyl is really cool as well. Check out the it's got a gold vinyl, nice custom label. Very cool, very sweet. Glad to grab that one. Like I said, 50 cents at Goodwill. I was jazzed to find that. I have a whole bunch of Elvis, but I did not have that one. So I was pretty stoked to pick that one up. This next one is funny. We see weird stuff out there all the time, but I had never seen this, and I have no idea. It's probably terrible. I don't even know what it is, but it's Doug Clark and the Hot Nuts. Doug Clark and the Hot Nuts with a hat on, and you can see he's got his hat right there on his hat rack. There's the back. Classic. Check out those hotties right there. Check it out. A little Hot Nuts. It says for adults only, so I'm assuming it's a one of these 70s comedy records. I just picked it up just for the name and the picture. Another Elvis Christmas album. I probably have 3 copies of this particular record, but this one was actually in really clean shape. The vinyl inside was really nice, so it may potentially be an upgrade for me. I may have one for trade as well. Excuse me. This one was another one that I've got a couple copies of, but and it wasn't in the best of shape, but for 50 cents I wasn't going to leave it sitting there. Queen, Night at the Opera. Like I say, relatively good shape. A little bit off-white. The whites are a little bit off-white, but the vinyl is very clean, and it's an earlier on the Electra butterfly label there, which I'm not sure what my other copies are of that. I haven't checked, but like I said, this one was clean, so I just decided to go ahead and pick it up and give it a try. Then I picked up this next one, Jerry Lee Lewis. I didn't have any Jerry Lee in my collection, and I like a lot of his stuff. This doesn't have a lot of the stuff that he's well known for, but it has a lot of popular songs. Hound Dog, Long Tall Sally, Green Green Grass at Home, which is Porter Wagner, Merle Haggard, Crying Time, an old Buck Owens tune. But I haven't given that one a spin yet. Can't wait to hear that, put a needle on that, and see what it sounds like. Next one is the best of Dave Dudley. Like I said, these are some of the country things that I picked up that were a little bit obscure, that I just, I don't see a whole lot. Dave's known for his his trucker songs, truck driving songs, 6 Days on the Road, Truck Driving Man. What else? Trucker's Prayer. I'm not familiar with that, but I know the 6 Days on the Road and Truck Driving Man. Pour Me Another Cup of Coffee. Those are the two more popular ones that he's had. But that album is loaded with truck driving songs. So give it a shot. This next one I picked up was the best of Roy Clark, or Classic Clark. Just being a fan of Buck Owens and Hee Haw, I figured I'd pick it up. I didn't recognize a whole lot of the tracks on the back, but he's such a talented musician. I figured it would be a good listen regardless, so I picked that one up. And then this next one, I have a ton of Marty Robbins in my collection, but I didn't have this one. It's even though it's a repress, it says there a Columbia limited edition re-release. It's still an older re-release, and again, this is one that doesn't have any songs that I'm really familiar with. It doesn't have any of the popular hits on it, but for 50 cents, I thought it would be a good one to add. And who knows? Even if I'm sure I will enjoy it when I put it on. This next one here, it's kind of weird. It's got a big, let me see it here, a big mark down the front. It's almost like a crease, but it was almost like it was pressed in there, because it's not creased over, because the top, there's not any damage to the top. But it's definitely, it's like it was embossed. That line is almost embossed on the front cover. It's weird. I know it's still damaged, but Kenny Rogers Gideon. It's not one of his more popular. Matter of fact, it's one of the more common records, but it has one big song on it. "Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer," which is a duet with Kim Carnes. Great song, and Kenny has such a great voice. This was 1980. So Kenny, he was at the peak of his career then. So I know he was cranking out records, and he was putting out a lot of turds too. So I'm sure of the 10 songs on here, 8 of them are, turds. But still, "Don't Fall in Love with a Dreamer," and even if there's something that I'm not familiar with, I'll find something I'm sure that I'll enjoy. The next one is an upgrade for me. I see this all the time, but this one was in such beautiful condition. I couldn't pass it up, and I have 3 copies of this, but this is now going to be the best copy that I have of Glenn Campbell's "Wichita Lineman." Again, another Glenn Campbell. None of these are mind blowers, but "Gentle on My Mind." Such a great song, and talented musician, great singer. I figured I'd give that one a try too. It's got a little bit of damage to the top of the spine here, but the vinyl's very clean. This one here, Roger Miller, "Third Time Around," I'd never seen. Just by looking at the track listing on the back, again, not familiar with a whole lot of them, but I do like his songs. I love his songwriting, and figured I'd give it a chance. These next few were weird, very weird finds. I had seen them before on somebody's post, and maybe I saw them on the strangest or most terrible album cover art of all time. And when I spotted it in the discount bin at the thrift store, I'm like, you've got to be shitting me. And I was just going to get it just for that, and then I picked it up, and it was actually a signed copy, which was weird. This is Orion Reborn. Apparently this guy's like a rockabilly country second coming of Elvis on Sun Records after Elvis had passed, I guess. Yeah, this was 1978, so they were trying to maybe cash in on the Elvis craze, or maybe trying to get the next Elvis. Who knows what the real story is, but I have not listened to this. There's actually 3 different Orions, and you can see it's signed to Sandy Love Orion. But the vinyls, the record on the inside, again, kind of just like that Elvis, is printed on gold vinyl, and it has a custom Orion Sun label on it, which is very cool. I plan on giving these a listen just because I did read up a little bit on him, and so I did know that it was it's rockabilly music. I don't know what the get up is. I have no idea why. Maybe they were thinking that this was gonna lead people to believe this was Elvis. If we put the mask on, Elvis really wasn't dead. Who the hell knows? Maybe I can get the Elvis vinyl guy to fill me in on that. Here's the next of the Orion series, Sunrise. Like I said, that one's signed as well to Sandy, and it's on the gold vinyl. And then this was the 3rd in the Orion. This one's called Rockabilly, and again, it's printed on the gold vinyl as well. It says promotional copy on the back, but it's not. It's a standard label. It doesn't say, it's not a white label promo, but it does say promotional copy here, stamped on the back. And this one is not signed. Of the 3, that one was the only one that wasn't signed. But I thought those were pretty cool, you know. Who knows what they'll sound like? They might sound like garbage, but for 50 cents, I wasn't going to leave them there. Same with these. These were a couple old rock records. This one wasn't in the best of shape, but I did not have it. Sweet Desolation Boulevard, a little Ballroom Blitz, good, just great, 70s rock. This would was this 1974, 74, 75, mid-70s rock. Good stuff. Great vinyl on the inside. And then same with this. Remember the Future by Nectar. It's got a little drill hole in the front, but it's gatefold. Gatefold's pretty nice in the front and the back, and the vinyl on the inside was very clean as well. I was glad to pick that up. I know it's a pretty decent record. I haven't listened to it. I don't know. Can't really speak on what the music sounds like, but I know I see it a lot. And what we're listening to in the background is yours truly. This is my first CD, Small Town Fool. I've got another record here, Even the Wind. So I have two CDs during the time I spent in Nashville. I was there 8.5 years, made a couple records, and they are available through my website, billyhurst.com. We are working on a third record as we speak. We're finishing up the tracks on that, doing overdubs and things like that. Hopefully to have that out sometime later this year. But we do have this record that we're listening to is Small Town Fool. It's coming up on its be celebrating its 20th year anniversary. This was released 20 years ago in March, and we're going to do a limited edition vinyl release on this record that you're hearing in the background, that you've been listening to in the background. It will be a 2 LP pressing, so double LP. That's going to include the 12, not only the 12 tracks on the original release, but it will have 4 bonus tracks as well. And that's we're taking pre-orders on that now. I actually, you know, what's funny is I gave you guys, I don't know if you saw one of the last videos where I had a couple records come back from United that I had purchased, got it for Christmas, that were just terrible pressings. And then I read up and talked to a few people about how bad United is. We actually had this project was slated to be sent in to United, and I actually am not going to have it pressed with them. I'm going to pay a little bit more and have it done with somebody completely different, just because I don't want that kind of shit going out to my people that are paying their hard-earned money. There's absolutely no reason for them to be putting out product like that. I mean, two records that I got from United at Christmas were just ugly, terrible pressings, fingerprints all over. And I'm not talking about one fingerprint. You guys saw it. And if you didn't see it, go back and look at the video that I just posted that had the Christmas, the Waylon Jennings and Keith Urban, and you can clearly see all the fingerprints and smudges and just terrible way of handling those records. And those were brand new sealed records that came from United. So we pulled the project from United, and we're now going to have it done with somebody else. We're still hoping to have it back by the end of March. But like I said, we are still taking pre-orders on that. It is a fan-funded, a crowd-funded record. It's a very limited edition. There's only going to be 250 of those pressed, and we've already sold quite a few of those. So if you guys wanted to get a copy of it, that would be awesome. Hit me up. Go to billyhurst.com. You can pick up the CDs, or you can pre-order the vinyl, the 20th anniversary vinyl. I appreciate all the support, guys. You know, I don't not only speak about my vinyl collection on here, but I do every now and then play some music, and you know, like to have a little bit of fun. So I hope you guys appreciate that. I will check back in with you with an 8-track update next. All right, guys, take care. Peace.